My name's Alexander Johnston. I'm the CEO of the CMI Music Group. I'm a film composer and I'm also executive producer of the company as well. I've worked with #1 artists from all over the world, including members of Girls Aloud, Leah Weller, Jodie Connor. I've written film scores for 3 major film score companies, and my music has been used with Honda, Samsung, and I've just finished a score for an Apple project for those as well. For me personally with music, I look for notation, chord progressions, instrumentation that use the chord progressions, melodies, anything with potential. I think that's the key word for me when I'm looking for something. I hear potential. If I can hear potential in any scope, whether it be the lyric, the music, the arrangement of it, it always pricks my ears up. I'm very interested to see how people these days with the music business the way it is use instrumentation rather than just guitars, bass and drums. There's a lot of good stuff coming through at the moment where people are mixing styles together. So I look for originality as well, I think, but potential. That key word for me is that's the hot button for me is potential. I'm very hands-on when it comes to the Xray selection because it has to be very specific when we select stuff. So I'm very hands-on. I see things right to the very point that it's time for me to move along. The other thing when people submit to us with the use of the studio and the in-house band and all the facilities we have there's a lot of nurturing, there's a lot of development with the people. So I'm very hands-on with it. Just to give you an example, there's certain people that I've submitted to me but haven't been selected for various reasons to do with style, but I've heard something in them and I've ended up working with them or letting them use the studio, things like that. We have just selected 2 artists last year who've actually flown over from Canada, spent 2 weeks with me in the studio, made some tracks together. I put them up in the studio over here, and they're coming back over again in February to finish the tracks off. So I'm very hands-on with people, like very personal to me music, as it should be to everybody else. So it's something that I very specifically make sure that we get 100% out of everybody. I'm here for any questions, I'm here for any advice. My emails are 24 hours a day, my phone's open 24 hours a day. It's complete transparency is the best word. I think that's the best way with Xray. You can ask me anything at all and they get straight answers all the time. Music Xray for me personally has been an absolute godsend. I get inundated, as a lot of the MIPs do, with email after email, link after link after link, song after song after song, and we just physically can't get to them all. With Xray, I am very confident that all the songs I'm going to get are going to come into one place. The needle stack search is an absolute godsend as well, because I can be very specific about where I want it and how I want it, and they're always there. But for me personally, again with Xray, it's the quantity of the quality that I get. I never know what's going to come through, and I love that about the company. You never, when I've worked in A&R before and I've worked for record companies, you just don't know as an artist if your songs are going to get to them. Are they going to get there in the post? Are they ever going to be listened to? Will you ever get a response? All the hard work you've done to get your songs to the A&R execs or the film execs, is it ever going to get there? Do you ever know? I've spent a fortune growing up in the music business, sending stuff out to people, never to hear anything again. With Xray, it's in front of me. I can see it. They're guaranteed a response. So for all the hard work, you're guaranteed critique with me to see where you can improve and how you can, get into the industry in other areas. So for me, I think it's the quantity of quality that you get from Xray and the diversity of styles as well. And some people that use Xray, and this is a big point for me, wouldn't necessarily submit to record labels through fear of not knowing whether the style's right, because labels don't really are very specific about what they're looking for. They just give you a roster and say, there's our roster. But with Xray, you can be very specific, which cuts out a lot of people wasting time, and it also gives people the confidence to submit to you.